Oh, Middletown. How you just can't quit getting more dangerous. Everyone I've ever talked to seems to unanimously agree that this place is the heroin capital of Ohio. I spent some time here, so I want to give my personal experience along with data to let you know why you should stay away from this place. This place was as hostile could be. No one here is looking to make friends. Everyone is either a dealer, user, or both. Many people there lived in income-based apartments, so poverty struck this place really bad. Jobs here don't pay well, except for maybe AK Steel. So many people turn to making income using drugs, selling drugs, and prostitution. I had multiple situations where I was assaulted by groups of people just minding my own business. Police were well aware of the violent nature of the trash that lived here. And on one occasion, an attempt was made on my life and my stuff almost got stolen. The guy in my jiu-jitsu video that goes by Chapo, I know, cringe. His real name is Andrew. He was one of the men who tried to shoot me. So easy to say, I don't like Middletown. The library was really nice though. Many people would go there to play games with their friends online. The computers are actually quite decent for gaming, and you can use them for multiple hours, so it was a nice way of being able to get my game on. On top of all this, they had multiple soup kitchens. One in particular I went to had some of the nicest, sweetest volunteers, and they'd really serve some really good food, like Little Caesars, for example, or Sloppy Joe's, and let you get seconds and take home some to your loved ones. The only problem now being that Middletown scumbags love to destroy everything as the Dream Center was vandalized month after month after month. This was originally supposed to take about 3 to 6 months for the renovation, but it took over a year due to all of this. Another great feature that I loved about Middletown was its resources to the homeless. Here, going homeless didn't mean that you had to be on the streets, as there were 2 homeless shelters. The Hope House Mission and Hope House Shelter. One for men and one for women. There's also some eateries such as The Slice, which was a late-night pizza bar that had pretty good pizza in my opinion. You could even buy cigarettes there too, which felt like something from an ancient relic. Places like Gracie's or Triple Moon Coffee are newer businesses that have been trying to re-energize Middletown for the past few years with the support of Starbucks. Unfortunately for Gracie's, the pandemic caused them to suffer heavily. They closed down and as of January 7th, 2022, reopened as Miss Jade's Soul Food. There was a plan to revitalize Middletown's area with Hollywood land, but that didn't go through. According to city officials, this would have resulted in thousands of new jobs and over $1 billion in private investment, drawing an estimated 3.5 million yearly visitors in Middletown. However, residents pushed back against this, with many having legitimate points on both sides of the argument. I won't pretend to be educated here, but I would have loved to have Middletown have some new job openings that paid a livable wage and something to look at other than ran down buildings. I mean, the point about visitors is that this attracts other people to Middletown. Having something like Hollywood allows people to have a reason to go here in the first place. Name what Middletown is known for right at the moment that you would visit. I'll wait. Around Christmas, there is a cool light display. Light Up Middletown is definitely one of the better events you'll get to see if you live here, which you shouldn't. A personal fond memory I had here in Middletown was the skate center. So cheap with amazing food and amazing people. My friend's car broke down here when we were visiting there, and the people helped us out. If you're hungry, the Jug is a great place to eat. Been around since 1932. And it's an amazing burger place that you have to check out. As I mentioned previously, there's plenty of homeless, and it's only getting worse. Some of them, not all, seem pretty good at being idiots. Joshua Lamb caused the city more than $130,000 in demolition costs and firefighting overtime. Dude literally left a fire unattended. Like, bro, how much lower and dumber can you get? I was living there at that time, and the entire path on South Verity Parkway was completely smoked out. Middletown also has its own jail, but this place has been the debate of whether or not the $1.3 million used for it is worth it or not. On one side, the argument that it allows summons and warrants to be served and enforced better, as police officers aren't as busy, and allows less wear and tear on police vehicles transporting to other jails further away. On the other side, people feel as though the money could go to funding somewhere else for public safety. Considering Middletown is at the bottom 20% of U.S. cities when it comes to safety, it might be worth considering both options strongly. Back to the point of Middletown being a sewage, there was a large drug ring that was being investigated by the Middletown police, 2 SWAT teams, the ATF, and the FBI. There's so much more, but in conclusion, don't go to Middletown.